wanted to describe a matter of clarification regarding two bills that were enacted as part of the 2025 California state budget, and that there appears to be, at least perceived, a conflict in amending the same code section of the Public Resources Code by AB 130, a budget trailer bill, as well as SB 131, and whether or not there's a conflict. So if you look at Public Resources Code Section 21080.44, it currently exists twice in September of 2025. And so there appears to be two of the same sections, but with different language. One was added by AB 130 and one added by SB 131. Now, both of these bills, as I mentioned, were budget trailer bills earlier in the 2025 California legislative session. Both were signed by the governor on June the 30th, the same day, and both took effect immediately as bills relating to the budget. Now, if you look at the two provisions of the Public Resources Code, there is at the bottom, added by the statutes of 2025, the chapter number and the section of those bills effective June 30th. And it says at the end, see same numbered section. Now, generally, does the higher chaptered statute, in this case Senate Bill 131, chapter out the lower chaptered statute, that is Assembly Bill 131? Well, the issue of chaptering out is addressed in California's Government Code in Section 9605, and Subdivision B states in part that when the same section or part of a statute is amended by two or more statutes enacted at the same session, then there's a chaptering out problem. Now, these two sections of the Public Resources Code use the same number, but it's not a chaptering out problem. Why? In this case, it's actually the two statutes are using inadvertently duplicate numbering, which has created confusion since June the 30th when they both went into effect. There isn't a chaptering out problem because both bills added the same code section. There aren't two or more statutes that are amending the same existing code section. In other words, there needs to first be an existing code section for those two or more bills to actually amend. So the chaptering provisions in Section 9605 of the Government Code apply only when the same section is amended, so it's existing law, amended by two or more statutes, not to new duplicative section numbers that are added to the code. So that hasn't occurred here, a chaptering problem. So both of the same numbered sections of the Public Resources Code now exist. Now, in order to eliminate this confusion, a new bill, Senate Bill 158, that was signed on September the 17th in Section 8, proposes to renumber one of those sections in order to clarify this issue so that there will be two separate code sections.